Hello and welcome to this training. Welcome to this training on motivation. You might need a bit of motivation to watch this, but afterwards, I swear this is going to be a quick one, I promise you. Thank you for joining me in this style lighting. It's not the best, it's getting super dark very quickly. I digress, I'm taking too long. And we are live. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. I very much appreciate it. If you are watching this live, please just give me a thumbs up, say hello so I know you're there. As usual, I would love to see who's about. So thank you so much for joining. Beautiful. Okay, so let's crack on with it, shall we? Why do we all feel like we need motivation to make a change? Be it a plant-based way of life, weight loss, or just to be the healthiest version of ourselves. Why? Your brain is not wired to help you create change. Your brain is not wired to help you create change. It is hardwired because it is hard to change your brain, as your brain really only does have one job, and that's to keep you alive. This means your brain is going to resist any kind of change that you want to make. Anytime you want to risk stepping outside your comfort zone, maybe trying something new, maybe putting yourself out there, which might cause somebody to judge you, anytime you need to force yourself through possible depression, anxiety, or overwhelm, your brain is going to throw up resistance to you doing it because your brain just wants to keep you where you are. So first of all, I need you to know that it is not your fault. However, it is, of course, your responsibility to make a change. In order for us to shift this and start creating motivation, first you must realize that this is part of your wiring. Okay, like I said, your brain is made to stay stagnant, to stay safe. This is a skill that needs to be mastered. So don't feel like it will just come one day. Allow time to be mastered. Master it like a new language, as if you're learning a brand new language that you've never learnt before. You will never be in a situation where you don't have to push yourself to do the things you don't feel like doing. If you don't want to do it, simply put, your brain's going to say, I don't want to do it. This isn't just a personality thing like, oh yeah, but she just gets shit done, or but I'm just a procrastinator. Scientifically, when we're pushing ourselves to do something we don't want to do, we also have to create activation energy. And this is the resistance to doing that thing. So it requires more energy, and that's why it feels like it needs more energy, because it's pushing your brain outside your comfort zone. It's not you, but you do need to take responsibility. Here's something that might blow your mind. Motivation doesn't come first. Motivation doesn't come first. Action comes first. Once you act, you begin to see results. When you see results, you feel motivated to continue and create bigger and better actions that are more aligned to the results you do want. And nobody is going to gift you motivation in a little sparkly gift box with a ribbon on top. Neither is it something you could take hours fashioning from the perfect plan. You do not need to be motivated to start your plant-based or weight loss journey, but you do need to be willing. So you must be willing to show up for yourself and do the little things that get you closer towards the goals that you want to achieve. So, I mean, you can ask yourself, can I just do this one thing each step of the way? Like, for example, can I just put my running clothes on? Take one small step, then one more small step, then one more small step, regardless of how it feels. The smaller steps towards what you want to do is going to feel much more manageable than taking a big step and prepping yourself for taking a huge big step in the first place. So, maybe, can I just put on my running clothes? Okay, now I've got my running clothes on, I'm going to put my shoes on. Okay, sweet. Now I've got my shoes on, I'm going to set my phone up and get my tracking app ready, just in case. Now I've got my tracking app ready, I'm going to walk out the door. Okay, sweet. I've walked out the door, closed and locked it, got my keys. Now I'm going to start jogging slowly and I'm going to start warming up my muscles and joints. Do you see how this works? Small, manageable steps, small wins create big change. And you're doing this all because you know you need it. Okay? Now we know motivation comes after action. So I invite you to start looking at motivation as momentum. Okay? So motivation isn't what comes first, action's what comes first. But actions create momentum towards your goal. So I want to propose to you a very popular method popularized by Mel Robbins called the 5-second rule, which has been scientifically backed by habit change research. So it genuinely works. It really is real, and it's not just some crazy shit that she just made up one day, which she did make up one day, but it has been scientifically backed in the meantime. So it is a brain hack, which means using this technique as a way to kind of switch gears intentionally. You cut off the brain that encourages self-sabotage and taps into the part of the brain that takes control. Okay? Inside the first 5 seconds of deciding to do something is when the ego starts to take control. And it's where overthinking, it's where fear, anxiety all begin to start manifesting. So the concept of the 5-second rule is to count backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Before you act on something that you need to do, where old habits might jump in. So it might be to get up first thing in the morning instead of pressing the snooze button, answering the phone, leaving the house to exercise, starting your meal prep. It could be talking to your spouse or boss, maybe before you pick up an alcoholic beverage at dinner, or to help you decide between a quick Buddha bowl or a takeaway. It could be closing a deal at work, or even bargaining with your kids. We generally do this with kids anyway. We count down from 3. So why not apply the 5-second rule to you? It helps you move from a bias towards thinking and towards a bias for acting by interrupting those old habits. And again, this is what we're interrupting old habits. We are interrupting old neural pathways and creating new ones. This is why it creates that activation energy, because it does require a little bit more energy. Because again, your brain will do everything it can to keep you comfortable and safe. But true change really does build over time. So you need to continue repeating this over and over and over again with everything that you can apply it to that might get in the way of you being the best version of yourself or achieving your goals. As I always say, consistency is always key, and this is not an exception. So give yourself a 5-second countdown to make a decision towards taking positive action toward your goals. You can use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 countdown to take actions and remove you from procrastinating into taking huge action and driving momentum to take you to where you want to go, as opposed to sitting back and waiting for motivation to come to you. So, I told you this is going to be quick. It was a quick video. What are my other top steps for generating huge momentum for plant-based weight loss, or for generating momentum anywhere you feel that resistance and that stickiness? Well, number 1 is to know and understand exactly why you want to change. I do this with my clients from the get-go, okay? We understand why, because once we understand why, it generates that desire to change, and that desire to change influences your actions and your behaviors. It influences your identity, which then also influences your actions and behaviors. So as soon as you are completely understanding of why you want to change, maybe it's health reasons, maybe it's fear, perhaps you have an illness or disease or recurring illness in or a hereditary illness in your family, and you want to avoid that. Perhaps that's your why. Perhaps you want to grow a stronger bond with your family or with your partner. Whatever your why is, it is very unique to you. So discover that and understand it. Number 2 is get what you need in place. So what resources do you need? What recipes do you need? What shopping lists do you need? What shops do you know that you need to know that are around? What else do you need in place? A proper plan, a schedule, which I'll come to in a minute. Do you need support, which I'll come to in a minute? Understand exactly what it is you need to start creating motivation. Number 3, create a supportive environment in your household, your desk or your office space, or even your kitchen. So if it's plant-based weight loss that you are here for, then create a supportive environment. What does this look like? It means not leaving sweets or a bowl of treats out on the countertop. It means removing yourself from an office space where they perhaps bring in these treats which aren't aligned in your goals. It might mean plastering up some pictures of your before or where you want to be, or creating a vision board somewhere in your office of what you want to achieve and when by. Creating a supportive environment also can mean getting in the things that are going to help, getting in the things that are going to make it easier. Is it going to make it easier if you buy in some good kitchen equipment? Is it going to be easier if you buy in staples, cupboard staples that you know that you need to use if you run out of ideas, perhaps instead of getting a takeaway, if that seems to be your thing that you generally do, if you're running short on time or energy, perhaps you need some kitchen staples. Perhaps you need to make sure that you've got them in your environment to be supportive of your goals. Number 4 is to establish your support network. So we've established a supportive environment. Now we need to establish a supportive network. Who around you is going to help you? Who around you is going to support you? Who around you is going to guide you to exactly where you need to be? That is your supportive network. Understand and establish and onboard anyone that needs to help you. And ask for help. Do you need to establish some boundaries within your network? Perhaps you need to tell friends or family, hey, I'm starting this journey. I need your support. So when I come round, I don't want you to offer me all of them biscuits, Nan. If my Nan had Facebook, I'd be looking straight at her right now. So understand exactly what you need in terms of boundaries, who you need to apply them to, and who can help, who can support you. Number 5 is schedule. So this is just a small task that can really prep you towards motivation and momentum towards your goal, because scheduling creates a plan. Creating a plan gives you a little bit more, gives you less resistance, because you can't tell someone that you don't have the time for it. You can't say, oh no, I forgot to do it. So with your list of things that you need, with your support network, with your support environment, create a schedule, write in your calendar when you're going to go and buy those things, when you're going to go and talk to those people, when you're going to go and get all of those resources that you need, when you're going to go food shopping, when you're going to go meal prepping. Schedule, schedule, schedule. As soon as it's in your calendar, you cannot avoid it. Well, you technically can, but it makes it more difficult. Okay? Enroll people. If you're going to go down to the shop and buy some kitchen equipment, tell your friend, hey, I'm going to go down to the shop and buy some of these things that I need for my new journey that I'm setting on. Would you be able to support me? That hits point number 4. But also, would you come with me? And that's scheduling. But that's also creating that accountability too. So make it difficult for yourself to say no. And number 6, of course, start small. Start with one step at a time and count yourself in every single time. This is a super quick training, but I really wanted to get to the point. I wrote all of my points just up on my laptop here because I wanted to make sure that this was quite precise and it's going to get you exactly where you need to be. And if you're not quite there yet, I do have a momentum checklist, completely free, momentum checklist and guide to help you apply what you've learned today. So simply just message me in the comments below or send me a DM for your momentum checklist and guide to start your journey. And you can start from being stuck, unmotivated, confused, overwhelmed, to creating aligned, unconscious actions daily, getting you towards your goal faster and much faster than you can count down from 5. So try it now. I want you to count down to send me that message. Once this video shuts off, I'll be counting with you. Thank you so much for joining me. I genuinely hope this motivation video helps you achieve exactly what you need to get you exactly where you need to be. And if not, send me a message and we can have a chat and work out exactly what it is that needs to get you off your ass, out of your own way, and starting to create the life that you desire and deserve to have. Much love. Bye-bye.